how I got my girlfriend back using slow attraction. This is something that I wanted to talk about for a long time because it happened a while ago. Now, some of you maybe heard me talk about this in little ways before, but I'm gonna be telling you the story about how I actually got her back using what's called slow attraction. You'll hear a lot of other dating coaches say you should never get back with your ex no matter what. I'm living proof that that's probably not true. We've been together for 4 years. I know other people that have gotten married to someone who was their ex at one point. Breaking up and getting back together is a part of life. Now, I'm gonna say this, yes, a lot of the time, you should not be trying to get back with your ex because there is a reason for that. So I'm gonna tell you the process of what I went through and why it was successful in the end to be able to get back with somebody who had broken up with previously. So I'm gonna tell you the whole story. It is a little bit painful, but I'm gonna go through the points that I think are gonna be relevant for you. So if you're going through this right now, or you just wanna know how to do it in general, this is gonna be a great video for you guys, okay? So the first thing is it happened 4 years ago. So this is back in like around 2021. So we've been going out for almost a year. Now during that time, we had started encountering problems and we broke up. Now the breakup was not a good breakup, okay? It was actually a bad breakup. It was so bad that we stopped talking to each other. And then after that, I tried to initiate contact again. I tried to reach out. This is the first time that I had the inklings that I was like, you know, I want to reach out. I want to talk to her. I miss her, blah, blah, blah. And it did not work. She responded, but she was not like, you could tell the fire was dead. There was nothing going on there. She was being very cold towards me. A lot of you guys will experience this if you're going through that. So that was the first thing. The second thing that happened was that she saw something. It was a social media post. I think I was with a girl or something like that. So I ended up getting unfollowed and she basically refused to meet me. She refused to talk to me. She refused any sort of contact that I wanted to make with her. There was a deep depression for me. This is really where it started to hurt. Before up here, when we first broke up, I was like, we fop up. I'm pretty sure we can get her back. Look, I do this for a living. This is gonna be easy. But then after this happened, I was like, I don't know. I don't think that I can get her back right. This is where I started to have a lot of doubt that I would be able to do it. And I think that's where the pain really sets in for a lot of guys. If you feel like you can get somebody back, if you feel like they're an option for you, you don't mourn them leaving so much. This is true for women, this is true for men. Now, women tend to usually move on a bit quicker. So she had already kind of like gone through a lot of the emotions that I was gonna later experience later. So the deep depression happened. I was really anxious all the time. I was really sad. Now I was going through some stuff with my business at the time that wasn't very good as well. So I had to deal with that. But I slept with a lot of women, okay? That's something that I did in the past and I was like excited to get back to doing that. So I started to do it again. This did not help me get over her. So anyone who's thinking that sleeping with a ton of women is gonna be the solution to your problem, you're gonna get over her that way. You don't get over somebody by getting underneath somebody else. You get distracted by getting on top or underneath somebody else. Basically, if the woman is like, I guess if she's hot enough or if she's like, you know, gets you excited enough, yeah, it can make you forget about it for a little bit. But then when it comes back or that person goes away, it hits even harder, which is why dating for a lot of people, most people give up on dating for a little bit because during that time, what happens? They feel extra worse about a rejection. Like if a girl ghosts them, they feel even more horrible. That wasn't happening to me a lot, but what I noticed was that the connection that I wanted or that I missed, I wasn't getting from the women that I was just sleeping with. So then I reached out to talk. This probably was around 6 months after we had broken up. 6 months, I got no response. I sent a long message, you guys. I texted her, I was like, hey, there's some things I want to talk about. I've been thinking about, us a lot, blah, blah, blah. And, I know that, you've been doing your own thing, or I don't know if you're dating somebody, but I'd really like to meet up. Okay, it was something like that. No response. My long ass text message. I sent her another message after that to follow up. And I was basically like, look, no problem that you didn't want to meet. I totally get it. Hope you're doing well. Then I waited a month. Then at around 7, 8 months since we had broken up, I was like, I'm going to go all in on this. I'm going to try as hard as I can to get her back. I don't care if I look like a fool. I don't care if I look like an idiot. I don't care if my friends laugh at me or her friends laugh at me or she's showing, her text messages off. Oh, look at my ex. He's trying to get back with me, blah, blah, blah. I don't care because I'm going to try my best. So I had to go all in. And this is really where the slow attraction begins. All of this stuff didn't help. The only thing that helped with all of this was it gave her time to forget about the pain that happened here, right when we broke up. When it's fresh, it's hard. It's hard to repair things when things are fresh. You gotta give people some time to cool off. The initial message that I sent, a lot of people, with the message that they send, they go in with too much pressure. That's what this message was. She could tell I wanted a serious conversation. She could tell that I had some things on my mind. She could tell there was gonna be a lot of pressure involved, a lot of old emotions that she may have already gotten over and wasn't experiencing anymore, and she didn't wanna go back there. So that's why it was a challenge to get her out. My initial message had none of that. Okay, your initial message should be something easy, casual, and should probably make her smile. Whether she responds or not, you at least want to crack her up a little bit. We've been together for a year. We had good memories, some bad ones as well too, but the good memories is what I wanted her to focus on. When I texted her again, I was basically sending her a message about something that we used to play Scrabble together. So it was about Scrabble. I think it was playing a game or something, and I didn't ask for her to text me back. A lot of guys, they ask for something every time they message. You sound needy when you do that. When I text, the message is there. If you want to respond, great. If you don't, no big deal, right? This actually is going to make her want to respond and reach out to you more. But she ignored it. This is not always a bad thing. At the time, when I was going through this process, yes, I was very anxious. And so when I was going through this process, it really had to test my resistance, my perseverance, and really honestly had to test my skills as a dating coach, because there were plenty of people out there. I even hired a dating coach at this time. I hired a guy who was like, he specialized in breakups or whatever. I was like, well, let me get a second opinion on this. And then we crafted this response. This was not a good thing to do. Should have listened to my own gut. So I did this. I got ignored again. Did I give up at this point? No. I waited though. I waited and then I gave her a call. I called and miraculously she picked up. My heart was, but I had the most normal conversation that I could muster at that time. And then I said, hey, I'm gonna be in town. Would love to see you, would love to get lunch or something. I'd like to apologize. There's some things that I wanna tell you. If you're available, I'd love to take you out. And she said, sure. She said, all right, fine. So I thought that went probably as good as it could have gone, right? Well, then after that, I tried to confirm to try and get her back. She did not respond. She flaked on me. She did this 3 times. So what I would do is I would call her. She would say, yeah, sure, like we can do that. And then come time to it, she would stop responding to me and then she would not show up. I didn't actually show up to the place. I would confirm, and if she wouldn't text me back, I'm like, okay, it's not happening. And she did this 3 times to me. Most of my friends, I think I had a therapist at this time, and I also had a couple other people that, like mentors and stuff, that were telling me about it. A lot of them told me not to do this. A lot of them told me this was a waste of time. A lot of them told me to give up. I did not listen to any of them. I did what I wanted to do. Either at this point, one or two things is gonna happen. And I say this, and hopefully this video doesn't get demonetized, but I was like, she's either gonna meet up with me or she's gonna call the cops. I was prepared to go down in flames. I did not care. And really, at the end of the day, most of y'all are too afraid about looking stupid. Most of y'all are too afraid of looking cringe. Most people watching this video are too afraid to look needy or like a simp. I did not care. If she wanted to think I was a simp, okay, then I guess we're not getting back together. My life doesn't change. If she wants to show her friends all the text messages I'm sending her, which by the way, I'll probably bring it up. Hopefully I can bring it up in this window. Just how bad the text messages were. It was like all blue. You would scroll, it was like all my messages and like none of hers. I did this 3 times. On the 3rd time, she finally showed up, but she canceled on me the day before. She's like, listen, I can't make it today, but I'll make it tomorrow. I promise I'll be there. I knew I was in pretty good standing at that point. I wasn't pushy, but if she decided to not meet up with me after that 3rd time, I'm like, look, I've tried enough times to get her out and she clearly doesn't want to. So I had a note that I was going to give her, said that, hey, wanted to see us trying together, but it looks like you've moved on. I wish you the best. And then I wasn't going to contact her after that. When we met up, I knew exactly what I was going to say at that point. We had issues. When we broke up, I thought about that and I brought those issues up and I told him I had been doing work on those issues. But for the most part, we were just catching up. It was an easy conversation, try to make it as relaxed as possible. I was coming at it as a friend. Every woman I've ever dated seriously, I've been a friend to them first. And that's really what you gotta be as well too. You gotta do what's best for yourself, but at the end of the day, you gotta be a friend to them too. And if women know that you cannot see them as a friend, you only see them as someone who's like gonna be a romantic partner or nothing, doesn't genuinely support them, doesn't genuinely want them to be happy, they will not wanna be a part of your life. Any smart person wouldn't. But as soon as you show that you genuinely want the best for that person and you're putting your best foot forward, and you're working on things. You dated. That means there's attraction there. You were together. That means you have a connection. There's a lot of great things going on. A lot of people get back together with their ex. Now, most of these fail because they don't know what they're doing and they get back for the wrong reasons. But if you follow this format, it generally leads into that direction where it will bring you a long-term relationship, if that's what you want. And you really got to be about it. So I wrote down, I came up with everything that I was going to say at this time. She saw that, and I didn't ask to get back together with her at that point. Too many people want to jump right back in. Well, you have to understand, there's a reason it's called slow attraction here. It's because it works slowly. Women are not impatient about getting back together. Women are not impatient about dating in general. They like to take their time and be careful. Rushing back into things usually lets them get hurt. Men like to rush back into things because then we have all the power, right? Quicker things happen, the more power we got. But women don't like that. Okay, so I was very conscious of that. I was prepared not to get laid for a little bit. I wasn't gonna push for it. And luckily I didn't, because if I had, that probably would have pushed her away, right? So we continued this process. All I asked for her at that time was if we could keep a dialogue open. Wasn't asking to get back together with her. I was just hoping we could talk or keep talking or keep texting. And from this point, that's where it really started to, I knew after that meeting, not only did I have a shot, but I had a pretty good shot if I didn't fuck it up. This was not the end of it. It took 4 months from that point for us to get back into a relationship. At this time, because of the stuff that I had done, which, I will probably get into at some point, but if you've messed up or if she's really wanted to get away from you, it's been something you've done or something you weren't doing. Maybe you're being lazy or not ambitious, or she just didn't see the future that she wanted with you. You have to show her that that's going to be different at this time. You have to show her that you're actually doing stuff, but she can't know that you're doing that stuff until she sees you over an extended period of time. A lot of you are probably watching this and you're thinking, oh man, this sounds like a lot of stuff. It should be. If you're going to get back together with somebody, you should not be taking this lightly. You shouldn't be getting back together with somebody because you just want to see if you can get her back. Most guys do this. Most guys just want to see if they still got it. Women do this shit too, by the way. And I have to coach guys to follow the same process, but don't immediately get back with them. There's a second thing that you need to take into account as well too. Have you actually changed? Are things actually going to be different? And are you going to make the effort to make sure that they're different? If you had some commitment issues or whatever it was, a pornography addiction, are you actually doing the things to solve those? And the third thing is you gotta give her time. You gotta give her time, you gotta be patient. Because if you do this over time, what that shows her, it shows her you're not eager, you're not trying to jump back in. A needy guy is eager. A needy guy needs this to happen. You cannot be the needy guy. You have to be the guy that wants it, but he's prepared to wait. And the other thing too, at a certain point in time, this is a kind of tricky thing, but she has to know that she can lose. You're coming back, but you won't be back forever. If she just knows that you're always gonna be there and you're always gonna be pursuing her and it's always gonna be like this, maybe she doesn't do it. She has to be able to respect you as a man and know that you're gonna get a woman probably as good as her, maybe better, if she doesn't come around. This is not a threat. This is not an encouragement for you to rush into things, but it is an encouragement for you to have options and be a guy who actually is attractive. You have to work on yourself through this process. And the way you show it is by not being eager, by showing continual interest, by showing her that you solved the problems. And then on top of that, leading. You gotta lead the process through this. If you don't, if you leave it up to her, people who do the no contact thing and then just hope she's gonna message them, how's that working out for you guys? You might get a message, but where does it lead? And most people don't get the message. 4 months later, after doing this process continuously, we were back together and everything was great. Now, obviously, there is more to this story than I'm telling, but hopefully you've seen that slow attraction. When you guys have broken up, it does work. Now, most situations when I coach guys through this, I don't know if they should be getting back together with their ex. Either not enough time has passed, they want it for the wrong reasons, or they're just doing it because they feel really bad and they want to get rid of this bad feeling. You have to be thinking higher than that. And if you truly want this, it's a lot more possible than you think, but too many guys give up too easily. If this story was at all inspirational to you, if you want more information about it, you can reach out to me or a member of my team. We can talk about it, but just put it in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys thought. Anyway, that's how you get a woman back with slow attraction. Believe it or not, I have gotten a lot of clients back with their ex using this. I got one where he was blocked, got back together, doing great. I got another who was dating this girl and they broke up. She broke up with him, again, blocked everything, Now they're back together, they're doing great. I've done this more times than I can count. So if you want to get back with your ex, that is something I coach, but I do have a separate program for that. So you may need to reach out through the forums and just specify that's what you want. And yeah, me or a member of my team will talk to you and we'll see if we can help you out. Thanks, you guys. Good luck out there.